So I said yes to something yesterday that I absolutely did not want to. And I watched myself do it. Like I could hear my brain screaming, just say no, just say no. But my mouth said, sure, no problem. I'd love to help. So does this happen to you or is that just me? You know, because I'm thinking, does this happen to other people? Because here's what I'm realizing. I don't actually have a choice. Like logically, I know I can say no, but when the moment comes, my body won't let me. And I just figured out why. So stay with me because what I'm about to tell you explains why HSPs, highly sensitive people, cannot say no, even when we desperately want to. And once you understand it, it's going to change how you see every boundary you've ever tried to set. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the one sentence that I started using that's helping me actually say no without my nervous system freaking out. So if you've ever said yes and you meant no, and then spent like the rest of your day resenting everyone, including yourself, this one's for you. And a quick thing before I start, I want to ask you to subscribe in the bottom and also make sure you hit the notification button so that you don't miss any videos that I'm going to be sharing with you going forward. And before I tell you what I figured out, I want you to know that I post every single day because healing happens in small doses, and these videos end up building on each other. My name is Sly. I'm a pediatric registered nurse. I've been in the medical field for the last 30 years. And I'm a highly sensitive person who said yes to everything for most of my life. If yesterday's video, since I post every single day, and I mentioned like the healing happens in small doses every for us highly sensitive people, these videos that I'm sharing with you, they build on each other. So if yesterday's video on figuring out why if you are an HSP resonated with you, I want you to subscribe now because tomorrow I'm going to be talking about what happens after you finally say no, the guilt and the panic, the feeling like you just ruined everything. And you're not going to want to miss this one. So, all right. So let me tell you why your body will not let you say no. So here's what happened. A friend texted me and asked if I could help her move this past weekend. And immediately, my body tensed up because I had plans. I was supposed to have a quiet weekend, just me on my couch, and absolutely do nothing. So, you know that feeling when someone asks for something and your whole body just knows you can't do it? But then I thought about saying no, and my chest got tight, like my chest just tightened up. My stomach dropped. You know that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach? And it started spiraling, right? And started saying to myself, what if she gets mad at me? What if she thinks I'm selfish? What if she doesn't ask me for help ever again? Before I could even think through what she was asking and what I was feeling, I texted back and said, yes, I would love to help. And yes, I said, I'd love to help. I didn't love it. I hated it. But I said yes anyway, knowing full well that I should not be saying yes. Have you done this? Tell me I'm not alone in this because I ended up spending the rest of the day angry. First of all, her for asking, at myself for saying yes, and then at the whole situation. And then, and I started thinking to myself, why did I do this? Like, why can't I just say no? And what I figured out, it's not about being nice. It's not about being a good friend. It's about my nervous system. And once I understood that, everything just clicked. I had that aha moment and I had like that light bulb moment. So let me tell you what's actually happening in your body when somebody asks you for something. But can I ask you something first? When someone asks you to do something that you don't want to do, where do you feel it in your body? Like, where does it present? Because for me, I feel it in my chest. It gets tight, like somebody's sitting on it. Like, that elephant feeling, like somebody's sitting on your chest. So I'll give you the first clue. And here's what's happening physiologically. Your nervous system is registering that thing that the person asked you or the request that somebody asked you, it registers in your nervous system as a threat. And it's not consciously, but your autonomic nervous system, the part that operates below your awareness, it's flagging this as danger. And why is that, you ask? Because when you were younger, you saying no didn't feel safe. You didn't feel safe anytime you said no when you were a child. So stay with me here because this is where it gets important, right? So I'll give you an example. Maybe when you said no as a kid, someone got angry at you, or somebody got disappointed, or they withdrew love, or they made you feel guilty. So what happens is your brain learns. And what your brain learned was that saying no means danger. Saying yes equals safety. And that pattern wired itself in your nervous system and in my nervous system as well. That part that is designed to keep you alive. So that now you're always going on survival mode. And then now, decades later, when someone asks you for something, your body doesn't give you time to think about it, whether you want to do it or not. It just floods you with anxiety and it pushes you towards the yes. Because yes kept you safe when you were younger. But let's say, for example, when you were 8 years old. And here's the thing, your nervous system doesn't know that you're not 8 anymore. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference. So, and I'll give you clue number two. This is why HSPs specifically struggle with this. So when you're struggling to say no, that's what's going on in your body is your nervous system is still stuck and scanning for when you were younger. But here's where HSPs have it even harder. And I'm going to tell you how I figured out about this. HSPs we feel other people's disappointment in our body. Just let that sink in because what you feel about other people, you end up feeling it in your body, especially if it's disappointment. You feel it in our bodies. Like, for example, when I imagine someone asking me to do something and me saying no to them, I don't just feel that they'll be disappointed. I actually feel their disappointment. I feel it in my chest or I'll feel it in the pit of my stomach. And as a nurse, I can tell you why. We have more active mirror neurons and we literally feel other people's emotions as if they're our own. Yes, we do. We feel other people's emotions like they are our own. And so when I think about saying no to my friend that asked me to help them move, I'm not just worried that she'll be disappointed. At the same time, I'm already experiencing her disappointment before it even happens. Yes. And my nervous system is trying to save me from that feeling by making me say yes. Does that make sense? Like, you're not avoiding their discomfort. You're avoiding your discomfort of feeling their discomfort. Yes, you are avoiding your discomfort from feeling their discomfort. It's like their emotions are happening in your body. So, of course, you'll do anything to make them happy because making making the other person happy makes you feel better. But here's the cost. You abandon yourself every single time you do that. You say yes to the person and no to you. And you keep doing this over and over and over again. After a while, you don't even know what you want anymore. That's the cost of being an HSP and feeling these things in our body because you've spent your whole life managing everyone else's feelings instead of your own. And that leads me to clue number 3. What it's really, really costing you. So here's what I started noticing about the cost of saying no the cost of saying yes when I actually meant no. And I want to check in with you. I want you to check in with yourself as I say this. Does this happen to you too? One, you resent everyone, not just the person who asked. You resent everybody. You resent everyone because you said yes, even though you didn't want to. And now, because I didn't want to say the yes, but I did say it anyway, and now I'm doing something I don't want to do, and I'm angry about it. But I can't be angry at them. They just asked. That's all they did. They asked. So I'm the one who said yes. So I'm angry at myself. And that anger just sits there and it's just festering over time, just festers and festers. It leads me to clue number 2. Now you're exhausted. And the reason you're exhausted is because I'm not just doing the thing I said yes to. Wow. I'm also managing my resentment about doing the thing. And I'm also managing my friend's emotions. And on top of that, I'm still managing my own emotions. That's 3 jobs at one time. No wonder I'm tired. No wonder I'm exhausted, or you're exhausted, which leads me to clue number 3. I don't even trust myself. And the reason I don't trust myself is because I keep saying yes when I mean no. So, how can I trust that my yes actually means yes, or that my boundaries will hold? I have trained myself that words do not matter, that my needs do not matter. And that, because I've trained myself that my needs don't matter, that's what's killing me. Not the favors, not the requests. It's it's the fact that I keep abandoning myself to keep other people comfortable. Even just saying that out loud is that I'm abandoning myself to avoid the discomfort of the other people and making them comfortable. So here's what I finally understood. And it took me a long time to even figure this out. and the fact that I'm even sharing it out loud publicly is that saying no is not mean. It's not selfish. It's not rude. Saying no is, I'm learning that it's just information. It's like me telling the truth about what I can handle. And here's the reframe that's changed everything for me. When I say yes, when I mean no, I'm lying. I'm lying to them. I'm lying to myself. And I'm telling them that I have the capacity when honestly, I don't have any capacity. And then what this leads to is I then resent them for believing my lie. Isn't that wild? That's wild. Like, how am I mad at them for trusting me when I said yes, even though I'm the one who lied? So, what if saying no is actually more honest? It's more respectful, it's more kind, and you putting yourself first. What if no is just, that's just it? It's the truth. And I'm finding that the truth is always better than a resentful yes. And here's the language I just wish someone had given to me sooner. Like by telling me that no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to soften it with apologies or excuses. No, no, it's just no. And that's enough. That's it. So I'll share with you what I started doing. I I'm not perfect at it yet, but I still mess up. But it's helping. I'll be honest, it's helping. But I'm not consistent with it. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But now that I'm saying it out loud and hearing myself say it, this is something I really, really should take seriously this year and really practice it. So when someone asks me for something and my body tenses up, I don't answer right away. I say to myself and to the person, let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you, right? That's it. That's the whole sentence. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. And here's why that works. For me, I've found that it buys me time. And the time that it's buying me is time to check in with my body, time to figure out if I actually want to do this thing that they're asking me to do. Or am I just people pleasing? I could be. If I don't honor the no, then that means I'm people pleasing because my automatic response or what I just will respond to them without even thinking about anything is I always say yes. I say yes to things even when I don't want to do them, I don't mean them, but that's not my real response. That's my nervous system trying to keep me safe. Again, it's always scanning, as I mentioned. It's scanning. So sometimes I need like 10 minutes for me to get back to them. Sometimes I need an hour to get back to them. And I let the panic settle. And excuse me. And this buys me time to also ask myself, do I want to do this? Or am I just afraid to say no? And if it's fear, then I practice saying no anyway. Not because I'm trying to be difficult or because I'm trying to stop abandoning myself. It's because I'm trying to stop abandoning myself. And I'm learning it's something very new to me to make sure that I am in the forefront and I'm not always saying things to people please to because if I people please, then I abandon myself. And what I'm noticing that is that most people don't care that I said no. They don't. Like, I build it up in my head that they're going to be devastated. Like, it's mind-boggling. Just the things that I go through in my body and my head, and I'm just thinking, oh, they're going to be so devastated, but they're not. They just ask someone else or they figure it out. And I'm finding that the more I'm saying no to things that people ask that I don't have capacity for, they actually end up figuring it out themselves. And the only person who's devastated when I say no is my nervous system because it thinks I just put myself in danger. So I'm learning to sit with that discomfort and remind my body I am safe. Saying no doesn't make people leave. It just makes me honest. And that is something that I'm practicing daily. It's a struggle. I don't do it all the time, but I just have to start checking in with myself. Yeah, check in with myself. Yeah, I like that. So, and oh, yes, if you're new here, I am Sly. My name is Sly. I am a pediatric registered nurse. I've been in the medical field for the last 30 years, and I'm a HSP who's learning to say no in real time. I also write daily on Substack where we have these conversations more in depth. There's a big community of us, over 1,000 of us on Substack. There's the HSP sanctuary for us HSPs, and we're there figuring this out together. The link is going to be in the description below, so I invite you to come join us. So here's what's happening tomorrow, because today's video connects to tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to you about what happens after you finally say no, the guilt, the panic. You start going into a spiral of, did I just ruin everything? Because saying no is not hard, but the aftermath of saying no, that's where most of us break. We say no, and then our nervous system freaks out so badly that we take the boundary back. Imagine that. And how we do it is we apologize and then we over explain. And I want to tell you why that happens and what you can do about it. So subscribe right now so you don't miss the episode tomorrow. Hit the notifications button because these videos build on each other and we're figuring this out together as we build this safe space for us HSPs. And if today's video helped you, please share it with just one HSP who can't say no because they need to hear this. I want to thank you for being here. You're not weak for struggling with this. You're just an HSP. And your nervous system is doing what it was trained to do, but you're learning a new way. And that takes time. So I want you to be patient with yourself. And I want you to remember you are doing better than you think. And I'll see you tomorrow.